Hi there, Angel. This is your how-to video. Okay, so this is your palette that you're gonna have. And inside here we have your main highlight, which is June, your brightening highlight, which is White Peach, your contour, which is Stone, your lip and cheek, which is Hollywood, one of my favorites, and then your illuminator, which is, what'd you get? Honey. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to wear this and how to put it on. You also have the buff brush. So we have one small side and we have a large side. It doesn't matter which side you use for what. I'll just show you the way that I do it. Okay, so the way that I start is I start with my contour. So you're gonna start with the darkest one, Ash. And I'm going to use, let's use the biggest side, but we're only gonna drag the edge of it through our contour, okay? So we're just gonna get the edge through the contour. So if you can see that, it's only on half of it. So now we're gonna make those cheekbones really lifted and really stand out. So we're gonna go from the top of your ear towards the bottom of the nose, not going past the pupil. Okay, top of the ear to the bottom of the nose, not going past the pupil. So try to make this a nice, fairly thin line. So you can stop about there. So if you want, you can do some blending by just going back and forth. I usually do this step later. So you can just pull it back into your hairline. Okay, so that is going to help to define your cheeks. Let's do the other side. So you're just gonna drag half of it in. You don't need a whole lot. This is going to add coverage as well. So we're just gonna go from the top of the ear towards the bottom of our nose and then just drag it back and forth. There is your cheek contour. Okay, with what's left on there, you can then go and define your jaw. So we're gonna go down from the ear and you can go under your jaw. Or if you don't like your jawline, you can actually go on top here and change it. So a lot of people will go right to the edge of their mouth there. And you're just creating that shadow, which makes it look like your jaw drops off at a different angle. It's also going to help these colors really match your chest, because our chest is not one color, it's got many colors. So let's match it as best as we can. And you'll see that once this is all on, it looks like a second skin. It just looks like you have perfect complexion. Okay, I'm sticking with the same side. I'm going to now go through Astoria with the whole, Stone with the whole brush. And now we're going to contour our forehead. So we're going to start at the hairline, at the part, and we're going to go to the top of our ear. So we're just going to draw a line. And then we'll do it on the other side, and you can use as much or as little as you'd like. So this side we have a little bit more, just to show you the difference. Okay, now we're gonna pull that back into our hairline so that we don't look like we have a mask if we go and put our hair up. So you're just gonna drag it. You don't need to grab anymore. You're just gonna drag it around until it's exactly where you need it. So just grab that line and pull it back. And then the more you go over it, the more you're gonna blend it. But don't worry about blending too much because we're gonna do that with our next color. Okay. Next, we're gonna go into your main color, which is June. So you can use the big side or the small side. It really doesn't matter. These brushes do not hold on to the makeup, so you're not gonna be dragging any of your contour into your mane. Okay, so we're gonna go into June. We're just gonna grab a little bit. I like to start going down my nose. So you can see how it looks pretty yellow. That just means we have too much on. So if it ever looks yellow or streaky, you just have too much on. The reason I put too much on is because I just like to move it around. So now I'm just going to drag it on top of my eyebrow. On top of my eyebrow, I'm going to drag it on top of my eyes. It's also going to act as a primer for your eyeshadow. We're going to do the entire nose, so pull it all the way down your nose. Okay, now there should be almost nothing left on your brush, so now you can go and just gently go over top of the line where our main color met our contour. And now it's a nice little progression from the main to the highlight. Okay, going back into your main color, we're now going to go under the contour. So this is where you could really clean up your contour if you accidentally went a little bit too low. Under your mouth and over your mouth. Okay, you'll notice we've left under the eyes. We don't need to do 2 layers of anything. So now we're gonna flip to the small side and we're gonna go into your brightening highlight White Peach. So you're just gonna grab a little bit and you're going to place it in the inner eye there. And now we're just gonna pull it down the nose, under the eye, fanning it out. So we're really gonna brighten up the center of our face. So down the nose, under the eye, fanning it out. Got some in my eyelashes there. All right, so make sure you fan it out and take off any excess that you might have. So that really just brings the center of your face forward and it lifts the eyes as well. So we're gonna fan it out. Just like that. If you want, you can then go grab a little bit more of that White Peach and go down the center of your nose. This is just the beginning of contouring your nose, so you could, I won't confuse you, but you can watch some of my videos on contouring your nose if you want to do the extra stuff. Lastly, you'll probably notice we have not done on top of the contour right here. That's where our lip and cheek goes, and again, it also has coverage. So pick a side. I'm just gonna go with the big side so I can blend it a little bit better. This is Hollywood. You're just gonna grab, I just press one time, and I'm going to lay it just above the contour. So you can see it's a nice, beautiful, natural pink. I wipe it off and I pull it down. And then I'm gonna lift the contour up and pull it all back. And you're gonna continue doing this until you like the look of it. So if that looks like as dark or as light as you want it, then you're good to go. Otherwise, you could just keep brushing it back and it's gonna keep blending it out. Okay, let's do it again. So we're just gonna dab into Hollywood, put it on top of our contour here, pull it back, pull the contour back, lift it up. And if you ever get too far, too low, too close to your mouth or your nose, flip the brush over and just go and clean it up. It's so handy to have a double-ended brush. We're gonna go to your last color, which is your illuminator. Either side, just wipe through it. I like to go all the way through it because I love the illuminator. And I put this where my blush meets my mane. So right on the absolute top of your cheekbone, and it's just this really natural glow. It doesn't look like makeup, it just looks like you are glowing from within. So you can use the brush, or you can even use your finger. There's many places you can use this illuminator. So you could use your finger if you wanted to, a lot of people. Lastly, we're going to take your Hollywood and throw it on your lips. Hollywood is the most beautiful pink, I think. And there you have it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me.